Have you ever encountered an error that leaves you scratching your head? If you're dealing with a called from wrong thread exception in Unity, you're not alone. Today, we're diving into this frustrating issue and how to resolve it. I completely understand how annoying it can be when your app crashes, especially when it affects a significant portion of your users. You're not the only one facing this issue, and it's one of the more common problems developers encounter. Let's take a closer look at the situation. One user reported receiving a called from wrong thread exception, which is causing issues for about 10% of their users. They mentioned that they don't have the issue themselves, which makes it even more perplexing. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So what does this error mean? The called from wrong thread exception occurs when a thread tries to access a view that was created on a different thread. This is a common issue in Android development, especially when using Unity. We'll break it down step by step. And stick around. I have a crucial tip at the end that could help you avoid this issue in the future. To address the called from wrong thread exception, the user should first understand that this error occurs when a background thread tries to update the UI. The user needs to ensure that all UI updates are performed on the main thread. Next, the user should identify where in their code the UI updates are being triggered from a background thread. They can do this by reviewing the sections of code that interact with the Unity UI. Once the user has identified the problematic code, they should modify it to ensure that any UI updates are dispatched to the main thread. This can typically be done using a method that runs the code on the main thread. Finally, the user should test their application on the affected devices, specifically the Pixel and Pixel XL phones, to confirm that the issue has been resolved. Fun fact, did you know that threading issues are one of the top reasons for app crashes? It's like trying to juggle while riding a unicycle. Definitely a balancing act. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user explains that the called from wrong thread exception occurs when a UI element is accessed from a thread other than the one that created it. They suggest that the issue may stem from custom Unity code, particularly when using Android Java Object or Android Java class calls. They provide a code example that simulates this exception, demonstrating how accessing UI elements incorrectly can lead to similar errors. They encourage investigating plugin code as a potential source of the issue. Here's that crucial tip I promised. Always ensure that any UI updates are performed on the main thread. This simple practice can save you a lot of headaches down the road. And there you have it. By following these steps, you should be able to tackle the called from wrong thread exception effectively. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more troubleshooting tips, and remember to share your experiences in the comments.